some love, kid! Show some love!
The Women's Champion, Victoria!
Did you notice how she winked down the corner of her eyes, the coach? She likes what she sees. Don't even think that she doesn't.
You sure it wasn't directed towards me?
She doesn't even know your name! Know your name? I don't even think she knows you exist. But you want to talk about the guys I was just talking about a few seconds ago?
Tajiri.
No, I'm not talking about Tajiri. I said we'll get to Tajiri. But there's a lot of guys. You know what I'm talking about. The three in the final encounter match. You got Mick Foley, Randy Orton. You got all these guys. We're all ready to get to Edmonton.
What an event Backlash is shaping up to be. From top to bottom, you couldn't pick a better card.
Well, thank you very much, and I am very honored to
You're
be a
on
part of it. And I'll tell you this right now, before we get started with Victoria and Jazz, which, by the way, you probably didn't realize this, is a non-title matchup.
I knew that.
You did?
I did. In fact, you asked me, I told you it was a non-title match. Jazz and Victoria, of course, Victoria will be at Backlash defending her women's championship against Lita, and that should be a great one.
And did you really think that Victoria thought that on her radar screen would be Jazz as a tune-up?
Wow.
Can you believe that Jazz would be a tune-up for Lita at Backlash?
Jazz, an absolute powerhouse, and already displaying her strength here as she faces Victoria and throws her head right to the mat. So Backlash, Jonathan Coachman, Tajiri, and I must admit, sitting next to you, you look tough. The glasses, the hat, the muscles, you look like you can beat somebody up, but I don't know if you can beat up Tajiri.
Well, I'm going to give you a little insight on what I've been doing to prepare myself, if you don't mind. I've been practicing.
Wow, is right.
Well, I've been working out with Jazz and practicing my Japanese moves. So Tajiri's not going to have anything that the coach is not prepared for.
Tajiri has done it all, Coach. I've done some research on Tajiri. He was a former WWE Tag Champion, former Cruiserweight Champion, a former ECW Champion. He could go hardcore on you, Coach.
Yeah, but I'm 3-3, kid.
That's right, you are. Oh, Victoria! Oh, my goodness!
What a shot!
Jazz got the better of that, but Victoria certainly looked good doing it.
You know, sometimes that's just more important.
Oh, and a tough suplex by Jazz, showing her strength, going for the early win, and gets a 2 count.
You talk about flexible. If I wasn't in love with Victoria before, I am now. And Jack, for that matter. They can both come over to the house. Don't even worry about it, kid.
Victoria is certainly one of the more attractive women's champions.
We'll have a little swirl, if you know what I'm talking about.
A big clothesline by Jazz, and Victoria's in trouble here. Remember, this is a non-title match, but the more that Jazz beats Victoria up, the less Victoria's going to have for the women's championship match at Backlash against Lita.
And think about the mental disadvantage if Jazz can beat Victoria here. What kind of confidence would Victoria have heading into face Lita at Backlash?
Oh, and Jazz takes Victoria down hard. What?
I'm just in a good mood. I'm just in a good mood. That's all, kid.
And so far, this has been all Jazz, and Victoria looking. Well,
she looks
in
great,
trouble.
but
She looks great, but she looks in trouble in
down.
this match. Jazz with a straight left hand, blowing her knuckles, and Victoria escapes there and delivers a right hand of her own and another. And finally, Victoria able to turn the table into the turnbuckle. And Jazz a straight right hand and gets the upper hand again.
See, that's the kind of thing you're not going to see the coach do at Backlash. There'll be no telegraphing of moves. There'll be no step behind the action. I will be right on it from start to finish.
What is your strategy going to be?
And I'm predicting,
what is your strategy?
And I am predicting a coach victory.
Oh, come on.
Forget about it.
You honestly think you can win?
Does the term walk in the park mean anything to you?
And look at this. Victoria, sky high and face down into the mat. And it appears Victoria may have gotten more than she bargained for against Jazz as she flexes her muscles to this crowd. And that may be a waste of time here for her.
You know, if you don't mind, I think I'll go down to the ring right now and congratulate Jazz and console Victoria.
Well, this certainly isn't over. You don't become women's champion by giving up, and Victoria's still fighting.
Does anybody wear better outfits than Victoria?
No.
It's hard for me to concentrate on how great of a women's champion she is. Oh, here's the STF.
Oh, no.
Put a fork in it, kid.
Victoria in real trouble here. The submission move she may be giving up. Victoria in the middle of the ring, nowhere near those ropes.
I don't think I've ever seen a women's champion be dominated like Victoria's been dominated this week here on Heat.
Oh, she wants that rope. If she can just get there, Jazz will have to let go, but it's a long crawl for the women's champion.
You know, my back has been in the position the mat is in right now, where she's just clawing and clawing.
Give me a break. Victoria reaching. Can she get there? She can. And what determination Victoria has.
But the point is that the beating has been done. The damage has been done. Victoria has absolutely nothing left.
We'll see if Victoria can come back here. She's been down, but not quite out. And Jazz, once again, showing off her muscles to the crowd. And Victoria with a drop toe hold sends Jazz into the bottom rope.
I hate to say that Jazz made a mistake, but I think Jazz made a mistake.
Victoria trying to take advantage. Let's see if she can do it. Victoria into the turnbuckle. Up, and what will she do here? Showing off her athleticism is Victoria. Going over the top rope, trying to get the sunset flip. Gets her down for the pin. 2, and Victoria
It can't be that easy. It just can't be that easy, kid. Come on.
Victoria with another clothesline.
You know better than that. You've been here all 3 weeks, and you know better than that.
Well, certainly Victoria now showing her stuff. Oh, a backflip right on top of Jazz. Will this do it? No.
No.
So close. Both of these women refuse to give up. Victoria now. Oh, a jawbreaker there by Jazz on Victoria.
I like jawbreakers. They were one of my favorite candies back in the 3rd grade.
Could you stay focused for a minute?
I'm focused. I'm watching. I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying Jazz just getting the beat down of a lifetime on the women's champ.
So strong. So flexible. But Jazz in real trouble now. Victoria. Oh boy. Setting up something big here. Jazz on top. Oh, look out. No!
The Widow's
You
Peak.
are kidding me. The Widow's Peak. No way. Jazz gets up now. And it's over. What a win for Victoria.
Here is your winner, the women's champion, Victoria!
It may be a blessing in disguise for Victoria to have to work so hard, for it to be so difficult for her here this week on Heat.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how much energy Jazz took out of Victoria in this match. It certainly appeared to take a toll. Victoria had a lot of trouble, let's be
You know,
honest.
it's going to be interesting to see how much energy I take out of Victoria a little bit later on. And what I like to
Your
call
dreams.
the after party